More reading material today, girlies. And boy, nap time for you guys. Reading time for us Kiss fans. And I usually film these videos on Saturday afternoon, so that's why everyone is out like a light.
I said you'll have fun, and I won't disappoint you.
Well, fellow Kiss fans, welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And tonight, as mentioned in the intro, reading time. Weather's changing, it's fall. Grab a book, dive in. Not only books, but dive into magazines. So we're going to talk a little Rolling Stone fun tonight. But first, kind of what we're reading this fall, Kiss-wise. Now, for some reason, I am very into the Creatures of the Night book that came in the box set. I don't know why. First kind of 70-degree day we had here, I pulled it out. It just felt right. Creatures of the Night is totally a fall record. And with that being said, we do have a fall release of the Bryan Adams 45, Rock and Roll Hell and War Machine. Due out, I think it ships out September 30th. So that'll be fun. That's a fun fall thing to look forward to. And last week we got confirmation from the clip that Eddie Trunk posted. I haven't heard the entire interview, but we did get confirmation that those are not demos. I believe they were demos. I really thought they were. They sounded like demos. Jim Vallance is credited as the drummer on the demos, so I figured these are straight up demos. However, per the Eddie Trunk blurb, they are not. Still cool. And I love the fact that he mentioned they recorded these in analog. So he was going for a very demo vibe with these re-recordings. And I still haven't heard the full interview, so I can't confirm this, but he does credit Jim Vallance on drums for both tracks. So if he brought Jim Vallance back, that makes my high school heart extremely happy, because I have a huge teenage dream relationship with that Adam Vallance matchup. When I first got into the Bryan Adams catalog, of course, Into the Fire was my big gateway drug into that, but I really loved the first record, and I loved that it said all songs written by Adams Vallance. I loved that partnership, and I think a lot of it had to do with my friendship with Danny, and both of us wanting to form a rock band ourselves. Now granted, the rock band we wanted to form was a Kiss type rock band, but I was so heavily into Bryan Adams, I really took this opportunity as a, I love the Adam Vallance thing. I'm going to kind of do the same thing with Danny Thompson Howard. We're going to be a writing partnership as well, even though we were really going for the Simmons Stanley thing, but they didn't always write songs together. Danny and I tried to always write songs together. And for a couple of teenagers, one being with not very much musical talent, myself, I don't think we did half bad.
Pushing on me for too many days, all going down tonight. I think you got it easy, I think you got it wrong. Now without a fight, had enough, it's all I can stand. I gotta go my own way. Gotta get out, gotta make my own rules. I know these all the day.
And around the time that we were writing those songs, I was heavily into this book. It's kind of like a photography book. Before Bryan Adams took up photography, cover's gone. My dog Lady ate that thing off and chewed the corner of this book. Yeah, it is just called Bryan Adams, published in 1995. But there's a super cool picture of Bryan and Jim Vallance in Bryan's studio around Into the Fire. And this little blurb that Bryan writes up just warmed my heart and made me really want this writing relationship with Danny and, us to make our dreams come true as well. Back in 1978, I wanted to find studio work as a singer. Jim Vallance was a session drummer wanting to work with a singer in his little home studio. Our conversation the first day produced a song, the next day another. We usually wrote one song every time we sat down together. This photo was taken in my studio 10 years and 100 songs later. There's your rock and roll dreams, you know? The fun of rock and roll, and which all led to the fun of being a Kiss fan. It's all dreams, escape, dogs kiss nostalgia. So really the Bryan Adams 45 has kind of spurred my new-found love of the Creatures of the Night box set book, and this is why I'm glad I actually bought those box sets. Just the amount of fun inside, including a book, you can't beat it. And like I mentioned before in my review of the box set, I love the cassette page. How fun is that? I mean, just good fall bedtime fun. That sounded weird, but you get what I mean.
Watch your language, Mr. Dirty Mouth.
So let's get into this Rolling Stone thing. I never liked Rolling Stone. Even in high school, I remember buying some, but I think I felt the yuck of it pretty much early on. And then, you know, Gene saying the whole Rolling Stone aging hippies thing in extreme close-up made you feel even more like you shouldn't like Rolling Stone if you're a Kiss fan. Let's not forget, they didn't even mention Eric Carr's death, which led Gene, Bruce, and Paul to write a letter to Rolling Stone, which Rolling Stone actually published, which was very, very freaking cool. But I remember, like, I don't think Danny and I even bought that magazine. Probably because we didn't even like Rolling Stone magazine. Although, that letter to Rolling Stone from Kiss regarding Eric Carr's death is pretty badass. You know, I probably didn't like Rolling Stone because I was such a Sunset Strip hair metal kid. And the only time I ever remember Rolling Stone talking anything like that was when Motley made the cover, which I remember that was pretty big in the neighborhood. But other than that, never liked Rolling Stone. I never liked how big it was. I did buy the Britney Spears issue, as we all did. And you know exactly why you bought it. It's okay.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
But let's talk Rolling Stone ads. Kiss ads in Rolling Stone magazines. Now, I don't have a lot of these, but you'll see with the last one why I was going down this rabbit hole. And it's a fun rabbit hole because it's kind of a hunt and peck game. You got to figure out the date of the issue, and a lot of people don't have pictures of the issues. Got to kind of try to find them cheap, and living on a prayer that the Kiss ad is there. Luckily, 3 times in, I have been safe and the Kiss ad is there. So let's take a look at these. Issue number 1 would be December 5th, 1974. Went to Josh Dickerson's house. Dustin Hoffman on the cover playing Lenny Bruce. And a fun Hotter Than Hell ad there. From blast off success to second burn triumph, Hotter Than Hell, a new album from Kiss, Casablanca, Rocksteady, ATI, Gibson, Strongbird, Jaffa. Pretty cool ad from the early days, which that would have been a crowning moment for the band. Like, look at us. Peter Criss, especially. I once put an ad in Rolling Stone magazine. Drummer willing to do anything to make it. Now my ad for my album is in Rolling Stone magazine. That's pretty cool. And then another fun feature is you get other rock and roll ads too. Styx. Not a big Styx guy, but that's fun. Next up, May 18th, 1978. Starship on the front. Star Wars would have been big, so a nice little Starship Wars tie-in there. And a fun double platinum ad. Casablanca Records and Filmworks honors Kiss in recognition of success story of the decade. Double platinum brand new Strutter 78. Excuse me? Plus all the great Kiss classics and a special 2-record set and your own platinum plaque. If I was 8 years old, 1978, yes sirree. I lied, I have 4 Rolling Stone Kiss ad magazines, and the third one would be, you'll see why I went down this rabbit hole, June 12th, 1979. This was delivered to Alan Harkness in Utah. Paul McCartney on the cover. And wait for it, the return of Kiss. The return of Kiss. Don't miss Kiss in concert coming your way. Love it when they put the discography in these ads. That harkens back to high school, learning about that back catalog. And lastly, number 4, June 12th, 1980. This one went to Gary Teitzer in Illinois. Gary, Edward Kennedy on the cover, and inside the unmasked ad. And it's cool to note that they no longer put any print in there, like check out the new Kiss album, no special hype, just a record, a little discography at the bottom. What? The machine was slowing down at this point? What are you talking about? That's the fun of being a Kiss fan. It's fun to imagine that stuff, and it's fun to dive into little things like this. Again, you gotta find the dates, dive in, living on a prayer that your ad is inside, and because usually if they know the ad's inside and they say Kiss ad, price is gonna be way up. Otherwise, you can get these for $5, $10, $15. Not bad for a magazine. Now the old me would cut out all these ads. I'd cut them out and frame them. But the new me, the mature Kiss collector, it's all for you, Demon. I'm keeping things intact, and I'll be bagging these and giving them a little label. FL Dog. My goodness, we are collecting nerds. Thank you for hanging with us tonight and diving in to a little Rolling Stone rabbit hole. It's fall. Go make some chili. Read. And by God, take your dog naps. That's what it's all about. Thank you for hanging with us tonight and waxing a little rock and roll nostalgia here in the Wax Night house. Be good to your baby, spay, neuter, microchip. Take care, be safe. We will talk to you soon.